After 28 years of marriage, it's over. In the most heartbreaking and ruthless twist yet, Dorit Kemsley and Mauricio Umansky have secretly gotten married. The man Kyle Richards stood by for nearly 3 decades, through every cheating scandal, every public humiliation, and every tear she shed on national television, has now officially made her worst enemy his wife. While Kyle was still fighting in court, still trying to pick up the pieces after being slapped and publicly humiliated, Mauricio and Dorit allegedly said "I do" in a private ceremony. Sources say the wedding happened just days ago, far away from Beverly Hills, and Dorit is already being referred to as the new Mrs. Umansky by their inner circle. But that's not even the worst part. Insiders claim Mauricio has already begun transferring millions in properties and assets into Dorit's name, leaving Kyle with almost nothing after nearly 30 years of loyalty. The empire Kyle helped build, the life she sacrificed for, the future she thought was hers, it has all allegedly been taken away. And according to fresh leaks, this marriage wasn't a last-minute decision. It was planned. And what they allegedly did right after the wedding is even more devastating. For nearly 3 decades, Kyle Richards stood by Mauricio Umansky like a rock. She defended him through every cheating scandal, every tabloid rumor, and every public embarrassment. While filming Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she repeatedly went on camera to fight for her marriage, crying in reunions and telling the world that their family was worth saving. Kyle helped build the agency with him, sacrificed her own peace, and stood beside him at every event as the picture-perfect Beverly Hills wife. But behind the glamorous image, their marriage had been dying for years. Insiders say Mauricio had grown cold and resentful. He allegedly saw Kyle as emotionally draining and bad for his public image. While she was still desperately trying to save their relationship, Mauricio was slowly distancing himself and getting dangerously close to Dorit Kemsley, Kyle's longtime rival. The feud between Kyle and Dorit had been simmering with hatred for over 10 years. From fashion fights to money shade, from the stolen puppy drama to constant subtle digs, the two women never liked each other. Kyle never fully trusted Dorit, and Dorit carried years of resentment, believing Kyle always tried to belittle her. What started as secret meetings between Mauricio and Dorit allegedly turned into a full romantic affair that lasted nearly 2 years. While Kyle was still publicly fighting for her husband, Mauricio and Dorit were reportedly planning a future that didn't include her. The breaking point came at a private Beverly Hills charity dinner. A heated argument between Kyle and Dorit turned physical when Kyle allegedly slapped Dorit. In a moment that stunned everyone in the room, Mauricio turned on his own wife and allegedly attacked Kyle in public, choosing Dorit's side in the most humiliating way possible. That night didn't just end Kyle's marriage. It marked the beginning of her total destruction. Because while Kyle was still emotionally broken and fighting in court, Mauricio and Dorit were quietly doing something that would destroy whatever was left of her world. They got married. And according to new information, this wasn't a rash decision made in the heat of the moment. It was cold, calculated, and planned for months. You guys, what happened that night at the private Beverly Hills charity dinner was pure evil. The room was filled with A-list guests and most of the Real Housewives cast when the long-simmering hatred between Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley finally exploded. According to multiple insiders who were there, Kyle walked straight up to Dorit and screamed, "You destroyed my family. You smiled in my face for years while sleeping with my husband." Dorit fired back without mercy. The argument became so vicious that the entire room went silent. Phones came out. Everyone started recording. Then Kyle, consumed by years of pain and betrayal, allegedly slapped Dorit hard across the face. The sound echoed through the mansion. But before anyone could react, Mauricio Umansky did something that left the entire room frozen in horror. He allegedly turned on his own wife of 28 years and attacked her, slapping Kyle in front of everyone. Witnesses say the second slap was even harder than the first. Kyle stood there in complete shock, holding her face, tears streaming down her cheeks as she looked at the man she had loved and defended for nearly 3 decades. In a broken, trembling voice, Kyle reportedly cried, "After everything I've done for you, you hit me for her?" The betrayal was so brutal that several guests reportedly started crying. Sutton Strake allegedly screamed in horror while Erica Jane stood there speechless. Mauricio, instead of showing any remorse, allegedly pulled Dorit close and told her, "I've got you, baby." That single night destroyed Kyle. But the real nightmare was only beginning. Kyle didn't stay quiet. She allegedly called the police that same night and filed domestic violence charges against Mauricio. Days later, he was arrested at his own home while Dorit was reportedly inside with him. The image of Mauricio in handcuffs went viral instantly. Everyone thought this was the lowest point. They were wrong. According to explosive new leaks from people inside their inner circle, while Kyle was still emotionally destroyed and fighting in court, Mauricio and Dorit were secretly planning the ultimate betrayal. They got married. Yes, you read that correctly. Just weeks after Mauricio slapped Kyle in public and chose Dorit's side, the two allegedly flew overseas and got married in a private ceremony. Insiders claim Dorit is now legally Mrs. Mauricio Umansky. Multiple sources say the wedding was small, emotional, and extremely intentional. But here comes the first major twist that makes this story 10 times more disgusting. According to fresh documents and insider reports, Mauricio allegedly started transferring millions in properties, investments, and shares of the agency into Dorit's name before they even got married. This means that while Kyle was still legally his wife and fighting for her share in court, Mauricio was quietly making sure she would be left with almost nothing. One insider told me he didn't just leave her. He made sure she would be financially destroyed. This was planned for months. When Kyle allegedly found out about the marriage, she reportedly collapsed. Witnesses say she broke down so violently that her team had to call a doctor. After 28 years of loyalty, after defending him through every scandal, after building an empire with him, she has now lost her husband, her dignity, her money, and her rival has taken her place. This is no longer just betrayal. This is total annihilation. And according to the latest leaks, this marriage is just the beginning of what Mauricio and Dorit have planned next. Just when the internet was still trying to process the news that Dorit and Mauricio had secretly gotten married, a new bombshell leaked that has completely destroyed whatever hope Kyle had left. According to court documents filed just hours ago, Mauricio and Dorit didn't get married a few weeks ago. They got married 4 months ago, long before the slap at the charity dinner even happened. That's right. While Kyle was still legally his wife, still fighting to save their marriage on television, and still defending him in public, Mauricio had already married Dorit in a secret ceremony in Mexico. But the real knife in the back is what came next. Insiders say Mauricio had already transferred over $42 million in properties, investments, and shares of the agency into Dorit's name before they even got married. Kyle has allegedly been left with almost nothing after 28 years of marriage. The empire she helped build, the houses, the cars, the offshore accounts, most of it is now legally in Dorit's name. One source close to Kyle told me she was completely catatonic when she found out. She reportedly sat on the floor of her living room for over an hour, unable to speak, just staring at the wall. The internet immediately lost its mind. The hashtag Kyle loses everything started trending worldwide within minutes. Twitter is flooded with reactions. One viral post with over 4.2 million likes reads, "After 28 years, he marries Dorit and leaves Kyle with nothing. This is the coldest betrayal I've ever seen." Another trending thread says, "Kyle didn't just lose her husband. She lost her entire life." Even the cast is in shock. Sutton Strake allegedly sent Kyle a voice note that simply said, "I'm speechless." This is demonic. Erica Jane liked several posts that read, "Kyle deserves better than this nightmare." But here's the twist that makes this even more sickening. According to fresh leaks, Dorit is already pregnant with Mauricio's child. The wedding wasn't just about love or revenge, it was about building a brand new life, while Kyle was still legally tied to him. This is no longer a divorce. This is a complete erasure. And according to sources, Kyle's legal team has discovered something even more disturbing that they plan to reveal in the next hearing. The internet didn't just explode, it went completely nuclear. Within hours of the news breaking that Dorit and Mauricio had secretly gotten married, the hashtag Kyle loses everything shot to #1 worldwide, racking up over 89 million posts in less than 36 hours. The photo of Dorit wearing what appears to be a wedding ring has been viewed more than 67 million times. Public reaction is now viciously split. One side is completely devastated for Kyle. A viral tweet with 6.1 million likes reads, "28 years of loyalty, and this is how he repays her? Marries her enemy and leaves her with nothing? My heart is actually broken for Kyle." The replies are flooded with crying emojis and calls for Mauricio and Dorit to be cancelled forever. The other side is celebrating. A trending thread with millions of views says, "Kyle spent years humiliating Dorit on TV. This is karma. Dorit won." The comment sections have turned into all-out war zones with fans insulting each other, unfollowing cast members, and sending death threats. The Real Housewives cast is an absolute meltdown. Sutton Strake reportedly sent Kyle a long voice note saying she was shaking with rage and couldn't believe what Mauricio had done. Erica Jane liked several posts that read, "This is pure evil," before deleting them. Lisa Rinna posted a shady story with the caption, "What goes around comes around," and then quickly removed it. Garcelle Beauvais allegedly told a friend, "This level of cruelty is unforgivable." Behind the scenes, the industry is in full panic mode. Multiple major sponsors have already pulled their deals with the agency, stating they refuse to be associated with this level of betrayal and financial manipulation. Bravo executives are holding emergency meetings as they fear the scandal could permanently damage the Real Housewives franchise. One high-level insider told me, "The network is terrified. This isn't fun drama anymore. This looks like emotional and financial abuse." Top divorce lawyers across Los Angeles are calling Mauricio's moves calculated and ruthless, saying Kyle may have been left with almost nothing after nearly 30 years of marriage. But even with all this chaos, the most disturbing part hasn't been revealed yet. According to fresh leaks that dropped just hours ago, Dorit is not only married to Mauricio, she is allegedly pregnant with his child. And that revelation is about to make this war even bloodier. But just when you thought Kyle had lost everything, the final, most devastating twist has now been revealed. According to explosive new documents obtained by Kyle's legal team, Dorit and Mauricio didn't get married a few weeks ago. They secretly got married 7 months ago, right in the middle of Kyle's desperate attempts to save her marriage on national television. Even worse, Dorit is allegedly 4 months pregnant with Mauricio's child. Yes, you read that correctly. While Kyle was crying on camera about fighting for her family, Mauricio and Dorit were already married and expecting a baby. Sources say the couple deliberately hid the pregnancy and marriage so they could finish stripping Kyle of every asset before she found out. But here's what makes this truly sickening. Insiders claim that on the night of their secret wedding, Dorit and Mauricio filmed a private video. In that video, which has not been released yet, the newlyweds are allegedly seen laughing and toasting with champagne while mocking Kyle. Dorit reportedly says on camera, she thought she was going to grow old with him. Now she is nothing, not even her dignity. When Kyle allegedly learned about the pregnancy and the video, she completely collapsed. A source close to her says she had to be sedated after suffering a severe panic attack. The woman who gave this man 28 years of her life, who built an empire with him, who defended him through every scandal, has now lost her husband, her money, her home, and her dignity, while her replacement is carrying his child. The final nail in the coffin? Mauricio has allegedly updated his will. Kyle has been completely removed. Everything, the houses, the business shares, the offshore accounts, is now set to go to Dorit and their unborn child. This is no longer a divorce. This is a total annihilation.
A confirmed relationship
However,
is a story with an ending,
according to the latest information leaking right now, Kyle is not staying silent anymore. Her legal team is preparing to drop a massive bombshell in the next hearing that could potentially send both Mauricio and Dorit into serious legal trouble. The war is far from over. In fact, the most destructive chapter is about to begin. Now I need to hear from all of you, and I want you to be brutally honest. After everything that's come out, Dorit and Mauricio secretly getting married 7 months ago, Dorit being pregnant, Kyle allegedly losing almost everything she helped build for 28 years. Whose side are you on? Do you think Kyle is getting what she deserves after years of shade and drama? Or is this the most heartless, calculated betrayal you've ever seen in Real Housewives history? Was Mauricio right to move on, or did he destroy a woman who stood by him through everything? And how evil is it that they allegedly celebrated while Kyle was still fighting for her marriage? Drop your real opinion in the comments right now. Write Team Kyle or Team Dorit and tell me why. Be savage. Be honest. This comment section is going to be absolute chaos, and I read every single one. If this video crosses 100,000 likes in the next 24 hours, I will drop part 3 immediately. In the next part, I'll reveal the contents of the secret wedding video where they allegedly mocked Kyle, what Kyle's legal team is preparing to destroy them, and whether Dorit's pregnancy is going to be used as a weapon in court. If you're shocked, disgusted, angry, or heartbroken after watching this, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. Because this story is nowhere near over. Kyle is reportedly preparing her final move, and what she drops next could take down both Mauricio and Dorit for good. This has become one of the darkest, most vicious betrayals we've ever seen. So tell me, after this marriage and pregnancy news, can you still support Mauricio and Dorit? Comment right now. I'll see you in the next one.